Shine Reed, the Rap on Wrestling podcast. I'm here with my guys, E. Will, here with Nick 816. Ari the Oracle, Swift TV, Parts on. Oh, that shirt is fire, man.
WrestleMania Legends.
Those guys in Parts Unknown. Big up to me and Ari Mama Gail, her birthday today.
Happy birthday,
April 3rd. You know, we celebrating, having a good time.
Yeah. Can I give, while we doing birthdays, can I give another shout out?
Of course.
Today is my sister April's birthday. She turned the big 42, so happy birthday to her, man.
Beautiful.
Our family's on the line, bro.
Yeah, and your mom's birthday wasn't too long ago either, right?
March 18th. Yep.
Oh yeah, so tis the birthday season. So let's go, guys. SmackDown tonight. I didn't get to see the full end of SmackDown. Did Carmelo win? Is Sammy still? What happened? How did the end go? I didn't get to see the ending.
Carmelo, he's been selling a leg injury the whole match, and Sammy took advantage of the ref checking on him and gave him a haluva kick. 1, 2, 3, he was out. So it didn't end the way I wanted to win. I wanted to end, but I didn't think Carmelo was gonna win either way. So
that's corny, man.
I wanted to end with you had Trick at ringside. I was expecting a run-in or something to make it a triple threat, but you know.
That's corny, man. I'm gonna say two things about that. One is I would rather see if they setting up for Trick Williams to win the US title at WrestleMania and have that big WrestleMania moment. I love it, but I would rather see Trick go against Carmelo for the US title with all the history that they have at WrestleMania. I think that's the biggest match. Two is that if they did want Sammy to go against Trick at Mania for whatever reason, I mean, that's going to be a great match too. And, you know, Trick is hilarious calling him the ginger ale and the gingerbread man and all of that. But if that match doesn't need a championship, so it's like you could have let Carmelo defend the belt, and there's a plethora of opponents he could have fought.
I think if that match would have happened, it would have stole Mania. That's the one match I think that would have stole both nights. Ilya dragging off Melo.
I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't have been mad at seeing Dragon off against Sami Zayn. They have incredible chemistry, and Melo against Trick. You know, they have a great history. Obviously, we've seen plenty of their matches, but you know, they just go back. They got the history and the chemistry. So, you know, it doesn't look like Carmelo is gonna make it. And I'm looking at I'm caught up now. I'm seeing Sammy holding the belt, and
I do think I see. I have. Can I make a prediction since the Oracle isn't here?
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like Melo's gonna cost Sammy that title at Mania, and then we might look at the reunion of Melo and Trick until it's time for them to go head up for the title.
I thought it was going to be a triple threat tonight, like when they, because you know there was a moment on SmackDown where Trick Williams brings out Little Yachty to the ring, and they doing incredible promo work in the ring. Trick has all these jokes. Yachty is cheering them on, yelling, "Let's talk about it." They both got their all white on. Trick is so enamored with Yachty. He invites him to come out to the ring with him at WrestleMania. They talk about they've gone back a long way. I think it's dope. Sammy comes out. They're egging on WrestleMania, and it's cool. And then Carmelo comes out and says, you know, Sammy, you won the cheap way. I need my rematch tonight. Sammy's looking at the belt. He's looking at Carmelo. He's looking at the WrestleMania sign. He's looking at the belt. He's looking at Carmelo. He's looking at the WrestleMania sign. He's so conflicted. He wants to do the right thing. He really wants to do the right thing, but he's like, man, I got my ticket punched to WrestleMania. I don't want to risk it. This is what this is what he's conveying by the looks on his face. He's like, man, I didn't been to hell just to get to WrestleMania. And I thought he was actually gonna say, you know what, at WrestleMania, you do deserve a rematch. Trick does deserve his receipt. Let's do a triple threat. Let's do it. Instead, he gave him a rematch at SmackDown tonight, and Carmelo lost, and I think that's it. I don't see him going. I don't see how he gets to WrestleMania. I don't see it being a compelling argument for him to be in the triple threat, and that's just it. Carmelo doesn't make it again. I thought Carmelo should have made it last year because he put on some hell of a match. He put on some really great matches last year on the road to WrestleMania, and he's just consistent. He's a workhorse, and I feel like somebody that does this consistent work that Carmelo does should be rewarded with a WrestleMania match. It doesn't have to be a main event or anything, but yeah, put that man on WrestleMania. He busts his behind all year long. He definitely elevated that U.S. title. He got jerked.
Yeah. I think it's a bigger story. I think maybe we get the reunion. Like after, I was expecting a triple threat, but after I didn't get that, I was thinking, the way Sammy's been moving, man. I think, he won off a cheap shot before, and this was kind of a cheap shot as well. I do think he loses due to Trick helping. I mean, Mello helping Trick. So I think we get that reunion. I think that'll be fire. It'll give us more Mello on TV. He might not have the belt right away, but his presence will be there. And again, the fans will be happy because they got Mello and Trick back together. So I think that's the way that they're gonna go.
I don't know, man. I think he kind of hates Trick right now.
And I do
because
think
Trick
maybe
Trick cost him that title and cost him the WrestleMania. So I think he kind of hates Trick right now.
Yeah, I think he might hate Sammy even more. I do get oh man, and you didn't get to finish the match, but the funniest thing, man, and please internet, don't make Mello a meme, but the way he was selling the legs, especially when he came off the rope and both the legs like jammed, it was funny. I don't think it was intended to be funny with him selling the leg, but it was hilarious. I honestly, as good as the match was, it was the best part of the match. Him selling the legs, the leg injury. Yeah. It was funny to me. Like I don't know what that was about, but I hate the way that it happened because he really deserves to be at Mania. Um Man, I don't know. Like this match is gonna be cool. I think Sammy's gonna go into that match a hill. He's gonna be getting booed.
Oh, he's already
by the
getting
Vegas
booed.
crew. Yeah,
It's already on. Biggest news though, biggest news coming out of SmackDown, even though this episode kind of lackluster, nothing. I won't say it's lackluster. It just wasn't nothing spectacular. Coming off of Raw, which was a good Raw and had some revelations and everything. Biggest news is that Pat McAfee is the person who is kind of cheering Randy on to do some of these things. The voices in his head is coming from Pat McAfee's iPhone.
Well, it don't make sense. Like it don't make sense. Oh man. Like
Yeah, during the open, let's break it down first. During the opening segment, Randy comes out he's talking about WrestleMania. He's trumpeting WrestleMania, how he's gonna go crazy, and Cody comes out, interrupts him. They start fighting. Pat McAfee comes and punts Cody in the balls. Cody got to start wearing the premium titanium cup because everybody is kicking him in the balls. Like, yo, that's crazy. And they just beat Cody down, and then Pat McAfee, which was, I don't know if he thought he was gonna get booed, but he kind of started talking about how he represents the fan from the Attitude Era, the fan that loves Steve Austin and The Rock, and people who everybody in the audience loves to this day. And he was talking about some of the things that were wrong with wrestling and how Randy's gonna make the right. And a lot of people watching that segment in the audience, a lot of people watching on TV, they fully agree with Pat McAfee. Who doesn't want to take it back to the Attitude Era, which was the best era in wrestling, arguably. People was not booing Pat McAfee when he started talking about, let's take it back to the Attitude Era and let's, promote guys like Randy Orton.
I think he should have said, take it back to the Ruthless Aggression era, because that was Randy's era. Randy came right after the Attitude Era. So I get the sentiment, but, that Ruthless Aggression era was what? Randy, Batista, Cena, and Angle, right?
DX was in it.
Yeah. So I think that probably would have got an even crazier pop than Raw. I think. Yeah.
It was a surprise, but it wasn't like, the surprise that I gotta get on the phone and start calling everybody. And
I really wish it was his father, yo.
Like, it was really wish. Well, Cody said it best. Cody said Pat McAfee coming out is like if the third man in the NWO was Disco Inferno. I thought that was hilarious because Cody came back later on in the night. I thought that was hilarious comparison. Yeah, Pat McAfee being the guy with the voices. After it was speculated that it could be The Rock, that it could be Ted DiBiase Jr., that it could be Shane McMahon, that it could be Stephanie McMahon. I think any of those people, even Miss McMahon, I think any of those people could have been better than Pat McAfee. But the way I see it is that they're setting it up because Jelly Roll caught that RKO last week. So I see they setting it up where Pat McAfee is going to be in Randy's corner, Jelly Roll is going to be in Cody's corner, which is something that I don't think anybody wants to see. I think we want to see a clean 1v1 with Cody versus Randy, especially this has been a dream match for so long.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be tough. They very rarely do like clean finishes anymore. You know what I mean? So I think for that match, a clean finish would be perfect. But I want to see Randy punt Cody in the match. Maybe end it like that. If the ref's not looking, bong. When he's trying to get up from RKO, I would like to see that. I think that would be great. Only thing with that is that's a Hill Randy move. I think they'll cheer him punting Cody in the head. So I don't know. It's gonna be tough.
Nobody's gonna be booing Randy.
That's the thing.
He was getting cheered. He had the crazy pop tonight, of course, it's St. Louis, but I bet you he's gonna get the pop next week. They was actually cheering as Pat McAfee gave his presentation and they was beating Cody. They was cheering, and then Cody said he's starting to hear the voices. So I think it's prime for a double switch. I think at WrestleMania, Trick and Sammy is gonna be a double turn, and Cody and Randy, I think, could be a great double turn too in the main event.
Yeah. I gotta say something. You lost Shaw? Okay.
Y'all can see me. I'm still here.
Welcome back. Yeah. I do gotta say, they have to cut back on leaning on these musicians, these celebrities. Like, you got a whole lot of talent in the back that you can make use of, but it's the same old try and true that's leaning on these celebrities, and it's not hitting. I don't think it's hitting the way they want. Because from home, I'm watching the crowd react, and it's nothing. You know what I mean? Like, so I think maybe they should lean less on that. You know what I'm saying? And make one of the seldom used talents run with Trick so he can get some experience or something, as opposed to always. I get that it's WrestleMania season, but it's like too much dependency on the rappers and celebrities.
Well, WrestleMania, that they've been pulling that out since WrestleMania 1. They pulled out Mr. T, Cyndi Lauper, Liberace, Muhammad Ali. They've been doing that, so that's always gonna be a WrestleMania hallmark. But I
like
don't
the
know.
interference in the matches, like
Yeah,
that's the issue. Like Liberace, he sung. Mr. T actually had a match, so that's great. Cyndi Lauper was a valet. But like when it seemed like tonight, just like that last couple weeks, he was focused on Jelly Rolls. Like tonight was Johnny. Like I was, for hip hop culture, I was happy to see him up there. But it's like he wasn't necessary. He's not necessary for this story.
no, I think Yachty, but I think he did good. I think he had some good interaction with Trick. I didn't mind Yachty because he wasn't really too in the way. He didn't take a bump. He didn't get physical. He just kind of was a hype man. He was a hype man. He was amping Trick up. They was cracking jokes. They was laughing at Sammy. Giving Sammy the sign to wrap it up. I thought that was funny, but the Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll and
Like
and
I think this is a crazy idea, Shy. But with Trick, I think with Trick they should lean more into like a ravishing Rick Rude. Give him, how the Godfather used to have girls. Give him two female wrestlers that can, if necessary, hit a move or two on his opponent, but make him more like a Black Dynamite, bro. Like
I don't think that's going. Yeah, I think that.
talks.
Yeah, I think that could have worked, but I don't think it's going to work in this day and age where they are just putting everything on Instagram because everybody knows he was Last Legend. If him and Last Legend, if it wasn't such a public thing, and you just seen him with Jamie Foxx, and it's too much of it's a lot of the private life.
I would I wouldn't be mad if her and Nia lost and she ended up, her and Trick rolling as a team. Like, she'll still compete as a singles competitor, but she'd be his valet as well. And then they both end up holding gold. That would be fire.
I don't know if you could put her as the valet, man. I think
Like,
she cause she has the potential to be a heavyweight champion. So I don't want to put her, as a valet just coming out there. I think you got to treat Lash how they treat the wives and the girlfriends of everybody else. Like, Bianca doesn't interact with Street Profits really like talking about.
they only do that
Becky,
with Candice LeRae and Johnny.
yeah, that's it. But and she doesn't wrestle.
And she's
Becky
one of the
doesn't
best
really.
they have on the roster. That's the crazy thing.
They got to put it in there, and Becky and Seth they interact, but it's they kind of space it out. So I don't know. I think the biggest surprise for me, some people didn't like it. I read on the internet where a lot of people wasn't vibing to it, but I was pleasantly surprised, man, when Gunther came out on Monday Night Raw at Madison Square Garden. Um, Seth Rollins was about to end Paul Heyman. He had already snuck him from behind and hit Paul Heyman with a steel chair, and he was putting that chair down, and he was about to give him the curb stomp into a chair when lo and behold, the guy who we haven't seen for weeks, Gunther, comes out, grabs Seth by the ankles, pulls him outside the ring, puts him in sleeper hold, hits his head across the table, bloodies him, points to the WrestleMania sign, and we're going to get Gunther versus Seth Rollins. And I'm good. I'm good with it, man. I'm good with it. You know, a lot of people was like, oh, it makes no sense and all of this. And like I said last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, every match in WrestleMania doesn't have to have a big storyline. Sometimes let's just put the best match possible. Let's put a dream match. Gunther versus Seth is something that has never happened before. I think they fought like dark matches or something like that. They never fought one-on-one on a big stage, especially a stage as big as WrestleMania. Two of the greatest in WWE. Seth doesn't have bad matches. Gunther doesn't have bad matches. They both elevate their opponents. They just have different styles, but they're two greats coming together. Like, why would you want to deny this match? First time ever. Seth against Gunther, two former heavyweight champions. Let's go. What are they talking about? Let's go. What are y'all bugging?
I mean, I was hoping for some. I really think Gunther's main Mania opponent was supposed to be Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, that's what they've been talking about.
I think
That's what's been
because that would have made more sense along with the career killer thing. Because we know he's not going to kill Seth's career. Seth literally just got back.
Yeah,
So,
but he doesn't. But it's at a certain point you got to kind of, you know, just pull a career killer out every now and then. Like, we don't need the career killer, you know, every match. We don't need every match. Doesn't have to be with somebody's career on the line. Let's just have a great match. And I would much rather see, no disrespect to Rey Mysterio, and I don't even want to see Rey Mysterio retired yet. I would much rather see Gunther versus Seth than Gunther versus Rey and potentially retiring Rey Mysterio. That's
yeah.
Seth against Gunther is going to be a way better match.
Yeah, great. I think it's going to be a great match. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's
Like
potentially going to steal WrestleMania.
I think Monday, the way they'll explain it is either maybe Gunther is like the new leader of the Vision, or maybe Paul promised him a spot in Mania because he didn't have a match yet.
I don't even think, if you look at it, bro, I don't even think that Paul Heyman knew that was happening, because he didn't after he beat Seth Rollins down and he walked out, he didn't try to help Paul Heyman. He didn't give him a hand. He didn't pat him on the back. He didn't even look at Paul Heyman. He just walked straight out, like it was no type of synergy, no type of indication that they're in cahoots. I I don't know what prompted him other than the fact that he needed a WrestleMania opponent, and I'm cool with that. Like I said, I don't need a big explanation. Like, sometimes when you're given a gift, you don't need a big. It's just because, like, one of those, just because we want to give something special to the fans, and I wish that they did that. I wish they did that with more wrestlers and more matches at WrestleMania, because there's going to be some great people missing out of Mania this year simply because they didn't build to some type of storyline. And we don't need storylines for every match at WrestleMania. I think we have ample storylines that are doing great and connecting. Cody and Randy. That actually didn't need a storyline, but it probably has the best storyline because we've seen it for 20 years. CM Punk and Roman Reigns, great storyline. Jacob and Drew McIntyre, great storyline. Um, you know, Finn and Dominic, great storyline. You know, we don't need storylines for every single match. Like we got enough drama. Let's just get to the best matches possible. This is supposed to be the showcase of the immortals. So let's get to the best matches possible. Let's get the best wrestlers possible. And there's no way that you could have had WrestleMania without having Gunther on the card and have him fight a main event player. Like you gotta that's a main event type match. You know what I'm saying? Even over Femi versus Brock Lesnar, they don't have a big storyline for months and months. They just two brutes, two behemoths, and they're gonna get in the ring and they're gonna get busy. Like that's the best match possible for each of them this WrestleMania. Let's get to it.
I agree because there's really good wrestlers that are getting left off. Like you have this ladder match. Penta and Ray Phoenix are known for ladder matches. If you want to steal the show, why is he not in the match? Why is Rusev in the match? Why?
They 10,000,000% need to replace Rusev with Ray Phoenix. Like Ray Phoenix not being in is blasphemous.
Let him go or do something with him. He probably don't want to go, but again, my favorite tag team on the planet is still Lucha Bros. And the fact that like I feel bad for Ray. I never feel bad for somebody who make it to the big show, but something's not clicking, man. And you know, if you know, you know, he's a better wrestler than Penta. He by far. So I don't know, but he should be on that Mania card. And
Nah, that's criminal that's criminal that Ray Phoenix is not in the ladder match. Like, come on, man. Come on, WWE. I be rocking with y'all with a lot of stuff, but yo, not having Ray, right? Not having Ray Phoenix in that ladder match is crazy. That might be one of the craziest omissions. It's not as crazy as Carmelo not making WrestleMania, but that is really crazy. Like Ray Phoenix needs to be in. They actually to be honest with you, because that ladder match kind of just came out of nowhere, and you know, hey, these guys qualified for matches on speed, and like, come on, I gotta stop. Just everything doesn't need to be qualifying matches either. Like sometimes, yo, we as the executives, these are the people who earn the spot. Like that's it. But I would have just did it easy, man. Ray Phoenix and Penta went in the ring together at AAA not too long ago. I would have just had somebody come down, either Rey Mysterio or whoever, and I would have said, "Look, Penta, you're gonna defend the title at Wrestle." I would have just at the AAA. I was like, "Look, you're gonna defend the title against at WrestleMania, and you're gonna defend it against your brother."
They could have Vikingo. Like the ladder match could have been all dope luchadors. And Javon, I'm counting him as a luchador because he has the size. He's slimmer. Like it was an opportunity for a moment. You could have brought AAA onto the big stage. It like it sucked because I know certain people are not gonna win. So like at least like Rusev not a ladder guy, man. Like some more people that would have floated and come up with some great spots with the ladders. Ah, man. But I'm gonna tune in and hope my man Penta retain.
I know a return that you was amped up to see though, E. I know a return you was excited to see. The Ayatollah Rock and Roller. The guy who says he's the cornerstone.
It's funny.
Chris Jericho. Back in AEW.
I wasn't excited about it. And I tell everybody he never left the roster page. Like he does he does this in WWE where he'll wrestle for 7 months. He'll do one big program and then disappear and then come back with a countdown in a few months. Like he does this all the time. So What I like about Jericho, and he stayed for creative. And if you notice the inner circle, Jericho appreciation, I've noticed what he's doing. He's working with the seldom used lesser talents and elevating them. And that's what I appreciate. I don't think he'd be able to do it the same way if he went to WWE. They were busy trying to put him on a retirement tour. He wasn't
Wait. Now we don't know for sure. We don't have anybody that we haven't heard Jericho come out and say it. We just heard reports that they try, people don't know what it is. Like Jericho, he genuinely might not have been out of that contract. They might have been like,
he did an interview where he said it was the creative pretty much is why he wanted to like that. That's why he wanted to
where he did the interview at. I didn't see no interview with Jericho.
It just came out. Check it. It probably came out yesterday or today. I was reading it today.
No, I've been doing birthday celebrations, so I ain't been tuned in the past 2 days.
Yeah, man. He did it. I forgot. I don't want to say. I don't think it was Chris Van Vliet, but he definitely did an interview and said why he decided he's gonna stay at home. Like, he's one of the reasons why they are like he's one of the day ones. And you had the EVPs, but they couldn't have done anything without Jericho.
It is like a report.
Like I think he's paid well. Again, he's a cornerstone of the company. Like why leave? Why go to have gorilla screaming will tell you what to do like every 5 minutes? And
but wasn't he saying like that was the ultimate goal, like for him to retire in the WWE?
That's probably what it is, but I don't think he's ready to retire yet.
We don't know. Like, at the end of the day, Jericho. At the end of the day, Jericho is he ain't really do no big interviews yet. He's coming on AEW next week, and he's gonna talk a little bit about it, but we don't really know the whole reason yet, because they still might have been holding him, because he missed some time. Like he's been gone for a year, so he might have still owed some time.
But he wasn't hurt.
We don't know.
He wasn't hurt. He's done this throughout his run in AEW. That's why
he need a break.
Yeah, that's why after the Jericho appreciate the inner circle, he took a break. He came back with a Jericho. He does this all the time. That's why.
And by the way, he looks phenomenal. He's in.
I was about to say the same thing. He looks great.
Yeah.
He's in incredible shape.
He looks like a rocker.
Ready to get in. Yeah, he looks like he's getting ready to get in that ring, and he's ready to go. I was pulling for him, and I don't think the door is closed for him in WWE. I think it still might be some chance for him to go to WWE. And I don't think that WWE would want him to come back just to do a retirement tour. They did a retirement tour with Cena, right? And you do it with Cena because he's a homegrown guy and he's one of your own. You would do the same thing with Randy Orton, but I don't think they're gonna do these retirement tours with everybody that's coming for a last run. Jericho, although he's great, he was great WWE, but he's been in AEW for 7 years already. He was in ECW, he was in WCW, so, and of course he wrestled overseas and in Canada, so he's not really a homegrown guy like that.
I think he's coming back just to be in the hall, and that's it. I think
and I can see him come. I can see him come back because he has a lot of great people. I think Jericho and Trick Williams would be a lot of fun. I think Jericho and LA Knight would be a lot of fun. Jericho against the Tribal Chief would be a lot of fun. I think he has some unfinished business with Seth Rollins. He has some unfinished business with CM Punk. So there's definitely he has some unfinished business with him and Penta and Ray Phoenix get it on. So there's definitely a few people who he could have fun with. I don't know if he comes back to WWE for like 6 years or anything like that, but I can also see him coming back, fighting the people who I talked about, and then going to be a manager for somebody. There's definitely a lot of wrestlers, male and female, that could use Jericho as their mouthpiece. Pause. They could use a Chris Jericho to. Can you imagine Jericho if he was the manager for Jade Cargill? How great that would be.
How about y'all take that energy for these old niggas and put that into the Street Profits and Ray Phoenix and the rest of the people not doing nothing? He's under contract. He ain't going nowhere. He never was going anywhere. He wasn't in the box. I said who was in the box a month before on Instagram. They're very predictable. They probably threw that to the dirt sheets to get them more attention. So people would tune in. Oh, here comes Jericho. I get it. He's stuck where he's at and he's happy.
I mean, Jericho is one of the biggest superstars. So
he probably about to go to Japan. He can't do that in WWE.
Wherever he goes, he's going to the front of the line. So who would you like to see? Who is there for him in AEW? I mean, him and MJF is always going to be great. Him and Kenya is always going to be great. Him and Ospreay would be great. Him and Swerve would be great.
I want to see all of that, but I think again, I enjoy his specialty in AEW is like elevating the younger talent. So if there's some younger talent that he can rock with, I'm not mad at that because he's really good at putting them over, to the WWE base, it's not big, but he got Daddy Magic over. If you watch Ring of Honor in AEW Dynamite Collision, he's one of the most over anytime he's on there. He got Danny Garcia over. He got quite a few people over. He got Santana Ortiz over. Now Santana's in TNA. He's the heavyweight champion. So it's like, I appreciate what he's doing. Like, I can see what he's doing. Like, I get the big matches, but at his age, I don't know if he still has that in him. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We have to see. He looks great, though.
I mean, that's definitely dope to see him in the fight the younger talent. But I want to see superstars and icons fight.
Like, I want to see Royce Keys come out. That's what I want to see. Like, do something with him. I'm tired of looking at him and Stephanie clips on other social media, other podcasts. Like,
I'm sure they got a master plan for him. They ain't gonna just sign him.
Oh no, they definitely got a plan.
But I mean, you going into WrestleMania, they just might not have had a plan for him for Mania, which he could, like I said before, he could have fought Gunther.
Like you realize
he could have got.
We realize we grew up through the Attitude Era where top to bottom, the whole card was over. Everybody was over from the oddities to the nation to the top of the card. Everybody was over. But they switched to a format where it's literally the same 6 people and everybody else is just a non-playable character or there to make those 6 people look good. And the day after Mania starts a new season, start building some of these younger dudes. Give them a big win. Let Melo beat Cody. Do something shocking. Like, elevate some people instead of going to the same thing. Because then you're going to have the problem we have now where, we don't have big enough superstars. So now we got to lean on Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee and Lil Yachty and Offset. And it's like, come on, man. This is like, come on. It's so easy. But I don't get it. I don't get it.
I mean, I feel what you're saying, and I agree. I just think you gotta pace it too. Like, you can't say that Stephanie, Valkyrie, Javon, Oba, Trick, Penta, all new to that's 5 names right there. All of those people
I definitely agree with that.
Are over and they come as superstars. So let them build they 5. Even though she's not brand new, Io Sky, like, to me, EO, she been on and she been doing great, but like the past year, they put her WrestleMania main event. Like the past year, she's been, one of the top of the tops too. So I would even put EO Sky in there.
Does she have a match yet?
No, which is
Yeah.
crazy. I'm sure she'll get a match though. Like that's one person I'm sure she'll get a match.
She needs to be on that card. She needs to be on here.
Yeah, I mean, EO is did you and I just see like the chemistry that EO had tonight with Rhea Ripley as they was fighting, they was beating up Mi Chen and B Fab. I'm like, that was just and I know due to injury, with injuries, they wanted somebody lethal to fight Jade, and it's something that I wrestle with, but no pun intended. But it's like, man, EO and Rhea Ripley were really leading the tag team division, and they were really a formidable tag team, and they just lost the belts randomly. I feel like they should be the tag team champions going into WrestleMania fighting some of these women. So
I think Bianca's injury might have slowed. I think Bianca versus Jade might have been the plan from the rip for them.
yeah, I'm sure it was, but it's like, damn, EO and Rhea got such great chemistry. I would rather see them still be in the tag team, and maybe and let Tiffany Stratton doesn't have a match for WrestleMania.
You want to show Stiller? You want to show Stiller, Oscar, Kyrie, EO, and they've been telling the story the whole time. Like that is right there.
That might be the match. That might be the match. That might have to be a match. Make it a triple threat. And that's gonna be the match of WrestleMania, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that will be the match of WrestleMania. Roman got beat down.
Yeah.
Nick, what you think about your man? He got put through CM Punk, pumped through the table. He gave him to go to sleep. It was pretty embarrassing.
It was. It made me upset. I mean, but in turn, I mean, honestly, I mean, y'all know how I feel about Punk, but I like seeing this version of Punk, man. Like, he's super, like, aggressive, super ruthless. Like, for him to do that to Roman, I was like, oh my goodness. I don't know, but yeah, I was embarrassing.
You show Roman that old man strength,
right? You know what I'm saying? For like, yo, you the dog him out like a couple days earlier.
He power bombed him. He power bombed him through the table. Like he actually. It's like, oh, see him Punk, you could still do a power bomb. Okay.
Roman ate that GTS for real too. Like
it was them hokers.
Punk did his thing though. I like that. I liked it, even though it was at Roman's expense. But I liked it.
Yeah.
It made me more excited for the match at WrestleMania for sure.
How many more weeks we got? 2 more weeks till Mania?
You got 2 more weeks. Okay. Usos don't have a match yet. Usos lost the tag team titles to Logan Paul and Austin Theory. IShow Speed was out there. He caused them the match by mistake.
That was fun.
There's a rumor that it's gonna be IShow Speed, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory against the Usos in LA Knight. I hate that match.
I do too, but I called it. I if that match happens, it's going to be a double turn. Because Speed, if you looked at it, he wasn't happy that he helped them win.
No, yeah,
at all. So he's going to turn, and I think LA Knight is going to turn on the Usos. Maybe just lead them at ringside or something.
But like,
and start his heel turn.
Why do you like turn around and like just swing so quick? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get like being scared, but like, there, bro, you couldn't even. It could have been anybody.
Yeah.
Well, he left the brass knuckles on the ring apron. I think he did that on purpose. I think he fronted.
Right.
And LA Knight came to his live stream and beat him up on his live stream, which was
He threw him to his studs.
yeah,
Crazy.
that was
That
hilarious.
was hilarious.
It looked
I
like
just
it
think
looked
the
like a
Usos-
Slim Jim commercial.
Yeah, the Usos deserve more though, man. The Usos
do.
deserve.
Not even the Usos, Jimmy. Like, does the world not know he's the one that came up with Yeet?
Well, everybody knows that, man. But I mean, hey, man, people love Jay. Jay,
What do y'all
Bill just
think
got a
about
connection.
The theme song. Do y'all like the new theme song?
No.
Terrible. Go
I was
back.
like, what the fuck?
They
I
haven't-
was like, why did we not go back? Like, it's
They
that
switched
simple.
the Uso theme song.
Is it a licensing
something
thing
new.
that they don't? Because, like, again, for me being an observer, that's when the Prophets lost theme, when they changed the music.
When they
That's
hit,
when
I was
Finn
like,
Balor
who's
lost
this?
theme.
Yeah.
That's when Finn Balor started using that whack music.
And Jay was like trying to like get people to like, all right, come on. I don't know.
The crowd wasn't really budging with it.
Nobody wanted to see it. You
That was tough.
don't experiment with something like that at the Garden. Like you probably should have did it
They got
this week if you was gonna do it, but
Right.
you don't switch it up at MSG.
You know, they should have did a 50 like he did with the Trey Songz
Come on,
Power
Death
Song.
Rebel.
The literally the next week after he premiered that song on the show was back to the original. Back to the original.
I think that's what they're gonna do. I don't think they.
You know what they need to do? They need to give Jim Johnson a call, put him in the Hall of Fame, and give him a call to come back and do some stuff.
That's crazy that he's not in the Hall of Fame.
But the two biggest shocks to me are Jim Johnston and Cyndi Lauper. Maybe she don't want to go win or something, but we wouldn't be here talking about wrestling if it wasn't for Cyndi Lauper helping elevate WrestleMania.
Well, you know I'm a rep Cindy. That's a Queens girl. She from Queens, so you know I'm repping Cindy all the way, man. So
like I'm about to write her a
man.
letter, man, telling her she needs a petition to be in the hall. Like I don't know how I'm gonna get it to her, but Cindy, what's up?
What's up with AEW? Your man Christian almost hitting Renee Paquette with a steel chair, man. He's a wild boy.
Christian, since joining AEW, has been doing the best work of his career, even better than when he was with the Edge Heads, even better than with the Grail, what was it? With Gangrel. I can't think of the name of them, but like
the Brood.
There we go, the Brood. But Turtleneck Christian is a menace. He's a menace, and it works. Like it's like good cop, bad
You heard
cop.
that Tank got that turtleneck song out when he was dissing Tyrese at Versus. Christian, that need to be Christian theme song. Tank's turtleneck. That got to be
turtleneck. Oh man. And I like this is the best work he's done his whole career to me. Him and Ed, like I'm actually looking for. Okay, here's the problem with Mania. We got who we got? We got MJF and Kenny Omega. We got Ospreay and Mox. And it's literally a week before WrestleMania. Like the week before. You know they're going to put on some crazy matches. And it's going to, like, WWE has a lot of work to do. Since they consider themselves, AEW considers themselves as an alternative. But WWE sees them as competition. So I know they're gonna be at Gorilla watching Dynasty, like a couple of former workers have said they do, and they're gonna have to see that and realize, like, people not playing out here, man. People spending $3,000-$4,000 for tickets to go to the thing. It can't be. Listen, shout out to Dip, man. Dip is scared because he spent all that money for them floor seats at Mania. He's scared, man. He's scared that it's gonna be a dud. You know what I'm saying?
He gonna have a good time, man. He's gonna enjoy him. So
It's fun. It's always fun.
It's the experience too. Like it's not just the matches when you go. It's the experience. You know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in the building, and
what I like about
gonna be out there.
I think
it's fun, man.
What I like about it is all the promotions use that as a weekend to do their showcases. So you'll see, yeah, it's all type. It's like all types of shows.
I tell you one thing that I hate though. I'm gonna be honest. I hate that the War Raiders. I'm sorry, not the War Raiders. The Death Riders are faces, and then they're villains, then they're faces, and it's like, come on, man.
I think I like it. It depends on the opponent, like where it needs to go. I don't think they're ever faces. I just think they have mercy on certain people. I think that's what it is. Like when Mox gave that speech, after he won the belt, after that, it was because AEW was taking a lot of heat from the internet wrestling community, from dirt sheets, from old legends who never got hired. So they just sit around and trash AEW all day. I think that speech was needed to fire up the fan base and the locker room. And it did its job. They haven't had a whack show since. It's been a long time. It's been a really long time since they had a bad show. Pay-per-view or Dynamite. Collision has been cooking. Like cooking. We've been getting some great matches on there. Like, just no complaints. Everybody's cooking. Swerve is doing great heel work. MJF is the best heel in the business. I am anxious to see where they go with Hangman and him not being able to challenge for the championship. Darby Allin, he don't care about championships. He's just trying to kill himself on TV every week. Can't go wrong, man. They cooking. Everybody's cooking. WWE, AEW, even NWA Power on YouTube has been cooking. So I've been watching everything, man. MLW, Stardom over in Japan. I've been watching. Shout out to the best women's wrestler on the planet, Saya Kamatani. Her transition from face to heel over the last couple of years has been chef's kiss. And in that transformation, she beat Stephanie Vacura. She beat Tekla. It's been great, man. It's been great. So pro wrestling is thriving. You can literally watch something every day of the week. Shout out to WWE. Shout out to AEW. If you're a wrestling fan and you're on that tribalistic stuff, man, I don't know what to tell you. You're missing out because there's so much stuff.
Me and Nick on the tribalistic. We on the tribal chief. We rocking with the tribal chief.
I know, man. Y'all appreciate the aura. Y'all are soaking up the aura, man.
Listen,
the aura
man.
Over it. You know what I'm saying?
One thing I just missed.
Y'all can't wait to that dude lift his eyebrow, man.
What was the original bloodline, man? I'm telling you, that's what made me fucking want to watch wrestling every single Monday. That whole story back then, man. That's what.
Listen, man. Tribal Chief is gonna put on one of the best matches at WrestleMania. I got full faith in Roman versus Punk. I think it's gonna be
my guy, no matter what.
You know, other than that, I'm vibing off what you say. Well, you know,
this gonna be good though.
It. You know, we try to watch everything, man, and you know, I'm vibing what you say. We ain't gonna keep the people too much longer. We gonna be back on Monday though. Shaheem Reed, Nick, E. Will, big up the Ari, the Oracle, big up the Spiff TV, the Rap on Wrestling podcast. We out.